Hello and welcome to Settings TV. Today we'll be working questions on elasticity of demand, and to be precise, price elasticity of demand. Today I want to focus on price elasticity of demand, whereby the next time we meet I'll deal with income elasticity, and I'll also talk about the cross elasticity of demand. So join me as I explain and as I solve question with you on the board. As you see, there's a question on the board which have price and quantity. We have the price and quantity there. So when your price is 5, your quantity is 10. When price is 10, when price is 5, your quantity is 60. When price is 10, your quantity is 50. When price is 15, your quantity is 40. When price is 20, your quantity is 30. When price is 25, your quantity is 20, and when your price is 30, your quantity is 10. So here they are saying that we should calculate the total revenue at each price. So total revenue at each price. And so when they ask you what is total revenue, now total revenue is the money you get after selling a commodity. It's what you get after selling a commodity. So example, if I have five oranges, and each 5 orange costs 2 Ghana cedis. Now there is the quantity and there is the price, and they ask us to find for your total revenue. They are asking us to how much are we getting after selling the 5 quantity of oranges. So what you're going to do is you multiply the 5 by the 2, so then you're getting 10. So which means that our total revenue is equal to what? Price times quantity. Because when you multiply the price by the quantity, you are getting your total revenue. I hope it's very simple. So when they ask us to find for or calculate your total revenue, when they ask you to find for your total revenue, all you have to do is look for your price and look for your quantity in the question they have given you. So they said that at each level, so you are going to solve it at every level, one by one, so that we will be able to solve the question which has been given to us. So let me clean this example that I just solved with you and move on to the question itself. So I have we will pick the first one, which is the 5. So we'll pick 5. The question say calculate at each level, right? So I'm going to pick 5. Then I'll find for the price the total revenue for 5. Then I'll come and look for total revenue for 10, total revenue of 15, total revenue of 20, 25, and 30. But I'm going to deal with 5, 10, and 15 with you. So I also go and solve the 20, 25, and 30, and give me the answer at the comment section. So let me do first one. So total revenue when price is 5 will be equal to, you look for the price and the quantity of the same level. So when price is 5, your quantity is 60. So we know that total revenue is price times quantity. So our total revenue at 5 will be equal to what? Our price at 5 is 5 times our quantity at 5 is 60. So you write 60, and we are going to get, it's a very simple thing which please I want you to follow. If you have any question, you just let me know. You write at the comment section. So 5 times 60 is going to give you 300. Going to give it. So when you, after selling the 60 quantities, you are going to get $300. We are dealing with dollars. We are going to get $300 dollars. So now let's go to when total revenue at 10. So total revenue at 10 will be price at 10 times quantity at 10. So what is our price at 10? It's going to give us 10 times what is our quantity at 10? It's going to give you 50. So 10 times 50 is going to give you 500. It's going to give you 500, right? So let me go and do the last one, which is total revenue when price is what, 15. So we are going to 15. So when price is 15, total revenue, or our price of 15 will be what? 15 times what? 40. We are getting 15 times 40. So when you multiply your 15 by 40, you are getting 600. You are getting what? 600. 6,000. Sorry, you're getting 6,000. You're getting 6,000. $600. Yeah, 600. Okay, so it's 600. It's 600. All right. So let's move on to. I've done the first, second, and third. I want you to also do the fourth, fifth, and sixth for you.
Then there's 15 times 1.
So let's go to, so do the 20, 25, and 30, and let me know at the comment section. So let's go to B. Let's go to B. Let me clean this one so that we can be able to do the B. Alright, so now we are done with the A, which is calculate the total revenue at each price. Now we are moving on to B, calculate the price elasticity demand when price changing from $5 to $10. When you talk about price elasticity of demand, we are talking about the tendency, right, for quantity demand to change as a result of the changes in the price, or is a responsiveness for quantity demand to change as a result in the changes in the price. Now we don't know when price changes, we can see how price will change. Now when price changes, how will it affect quantity demand to change? And that is what we are talking about, the price elasticity of demand. So if for this question B, for a formula for finding price elasticity is price elasticity of demand is equal to the changes in quantity divided by the changes in price times the price of 1 all over the quantity of what 1. Now the changes in Q over changes in P can be written as Q2 minus Q1 all over P2 minus P1 times P1 over Q1. So this change in Q is the same as Q2 minus Q1, while change in P is the same as P2 minus P1. So we are going to solve for the I. When price is $5 and it moved from $5 to $10, so it means that price 1. So we are supposed to find for the Q2, then Q1, and P2 and P1. So P1, P2, Q1, Q2. The first price that will be given to you becomes your P1. So your P1 here is what? 5. Now your second price will be your P2, which will be what? 10. When you have your price, the P1, its corresponding quantity will be your Q1. And so if P1 is 5, then its corresponding quantity will be what? 60, which will be Q1. So 60. And Q2, the P2, its corresponding quantity will be your Q2. So the Q2 will be what? 50. So now we are going to replace these numbers into the equation. So we are going to get Q2 here, we have 50. So 50 minus, what is our Q1? 60. Divided by, what is our P2? 10 minus, what is our P1? 5. Times our P1 is 5 and our Q1 is what? 60. So 50 minus 60 will give you negative 10 divided by 10 minus 5 will give you what? 5 times 5 over what? 60. So we have The rest is mathematics. You're going to just calculate them. So 10 times 50 is going to give you negative 50, whereby 5 times 60 is going to give you what? 300. So with 50 divided by 300 is going to give you negative 0.17, because it's going to be negative 0.1666667. So always make sure that you leave your answer in 2 decimal place, so that you wouldn't get confused in case you're supposed to plot them. So the first one, we are getting negative 0.17. But in economics, when you come to price elasticity of demand, we don't deal with negative. So you divide here by -1, and you are going to get this negative will cancel this negative. So you are going to get 0.17 divided by 1, and the same as 0.17. So this will be your answer. And the name given to the answer is called coefficient. So their coefficient is 0.17. So now we are done with the first one. If you have any question, you just bring it in the comment section. So let us try and do the second one, which is from 25 to what? 30. 25 to 30. So I'm going to clear all these, then we are going to start all over again. So let me clean all this. All right, so let us move on to the next one. The next one is saying that the price moved from $25 to $30. So which one will be our P1? So we are having 25 to what? 30. So the first price, as I said, the first price becomes your P1, and second price becomes your P2, whereby the P1, its corresponding quantity will be your Q1. So Q1 will be what? So 25, 8 Q1 is 20, and P2, that is 30. 8P Q2 will be what? So Q2 will be 10. So the formula is Q2 minus Q1 divided by P2 minus P1 times P1 over Q1. So what is our Q2? Our Q2 is what? 10 minus what is our Q1? 20 divided by what is our P2? P2 is 30 minus what is our P1? 25 times what is our P1 again, to be 25 divided by what is our Q1 is going to be 20. So when you 10 minus 20 will give you negative 10, whereby 30 minus 20 will going to give you what? 5 times 25 divided by 20. Now 10 times 25 in mathematics is going to give you what? 250 all over 5 times 20 is going to give you 100. So the rest is mathematics. So this 0 cancels this 0, and you're going to get 25 divided by 10. So 25 divided by 10 is going to give you 2.5. So our coefficient, which is the price elasticity of demand coefficient, is what? 2.5. So when we calculated the first one, that's the I, we got our coefficient, price elasticity of demand coefficient, to be what? 0.17. Now the C question here is saying that classify the elasticities calculated in 1B above. So when you look at the answers, the I is 0.17 and the II is 2.5. In price elasticity of demand, when you get an answer and it is greater than 1, it is called fairly elastic demand. And when you calculate your answer and the results is less than 1, you are getting the fairly inelastic demand. So when you calculate and you get the coefficient to be more than 1, the answer is fairly elastic. And when you calculate and your answer is greater than 1, you are getting less than 1, you are getting fairly inelastic demand. If you have any question, make sure that you write it in the comment section and I will definitely get to you and answer you. Thank you, and expect more from economics. Bye bye.